Greetings everyone! This is the first video of Decoding the Matrix series I'm going to upload shortly, and this one is about frequencies. This game we call life is among else a frequency game. We live in a duality matrix. Everything we perceive here has a duality nature to it, up and down, high and low, right or wrong, night, day, sun and moon, fire, water, earth, air, life, death, good and evil, male and female. The brain has a male and female, right and left cerebral hemisphere. It is a kingdom divided, as the Bible would put it. This matrix requires balance, and it will always execute that balance. Choosing to do only good will only amplify the evil in the individual. That's why many today Christians claim they are possessed or oppressed by demons. And I'm talking here about true Christians that truly believe in the one God and are trying to live in accordance with the will of God. They are trying to do only good, suppressing all evil, creating an imbalance within themselves and within this matrix, which results in a buildup of evil in their conscious and subconscious minds, resulting periods of ill behavior that then they sometimes interpret as demonic possession, leading to thinking they must have sinned something, sometime, and that sin gave permission for the demon to enter them. They go to deliverance sessions, and because they believe they are cured after it, that really helps them. This is just one example of how religions deal with this problem of the duality matrix. Freemasons are well aware of this knowledge. One of their most prominent symbols is the checkerboard. They consider themselves to be rulers of this earth plane we live on, and in many ways they are. This is the Jewish Kabbalah tree of life, representing the two pillars of duality and all the planes of existence within this matrix. All religions contain some truth in them, some more than the others perhaps, but all are mixed with lots of matrix lies. Those truths in religions is what gets people hooked, so they start to believe the lies as well. The matrix does not care if you know some truth here and there, as long as you don't put the entire puzzle together. But that's another topic. Each of us is following a life script. This script contains highs and lows we interpret as good and bad times in life. The script is created by a stream of thoughts that is constantly being fed to us by the matrix demiurge, or as some would call it, the devil, that really is the ruler of this world. We have the so-called free will to choose which thoughts we shall discard and which shall we keep and act upon. Each of the options is fed to us by the matrix demiurge that doesn't care which option we choose as long as we choose one. This term in philosophy is called Hegelian dialectic, describing two choices placed before an individual, both held by the same party. Two sides of the same coin. That is the most powerful tool used in politics today, creating the illusion of choice. The Reds versus the Blues, God versus the devil. Both sides will achieve the same goal in different ways. If you choose option number 3, well, that option is likely not to win, and if it does, it will soon become one of the two main options.
I should have warned you earlier, but I couldn't because of the transcript.
The transcript?
The text of our conversation.
Our scripts were generated in the time we were conceived, and we had no say in any part of them. They determined our every action, our physical features, who we will marry, if we are to marry, and how we are to die. This is where the term destiny comes in, and the question, do you believe in destiny? Unto which some people would reply that they create their own destiny, not realizing the irony of it. Yes, all our days were numbered before we entered this game. The only free will you ever had is choosing between several options that none of them will serve your best interest. Everything in this life is frequency. Frequency is also sound. Bible quote, "In the beginning there was word," unquote. Words are sounds. Matter is nothing more than a sound, a frequency. Each of our life scripts is a set of unique frequencies assigned to each of us at the time of entering this game we call life. This script frequency is also the frequency that is keeping us in duality, on the checkerboard, or in the enchanted circles of life. If you want to unlock your script and really start to exert your free will, well, you need to be of a higher frequency. And one of the fastest ways to get there is to stop consuming all animal meat, flesh, blood, fish, and anything with a heart. That goes for all drugs and alcohol. Because you see, killing is an act of a lower frequency, and doing it brings your frequency down, which keeps you in your script. Animals don't have souls. They are not part of Source. They are part of this illusionary matrix. Animals are designed to harvest energy by producing fear or affections in you. They can create emotions in us, and emotion is literally emotion, energy in motion that you are giving up to the matrix. By killing animals, you are consenting to being eaten by the entities on the upper level of this matrix. I will go in more detail in another video. There is no need to fear this or anything. Fear is a lower frequency and an energy harvester, but that's another topic. This is not about health, although when you are of a high enough frequency, you cannot get sick, because disease does not exist on higher frequencies. You see, you don't need meat to survive. The governments are doing everything they can to make sure you have meat on your plate every day. They subsidize it, because if you were to pay the full price of meat, that piece of beef would rarely be seen on your plate. So, is stepping on an ant a lower frequency? No, it is not, because you haven't done it intentionally. But killing mosquitoes when they are pestering you is, because they too have a heart, and intentionally killing them will keep you in a lower frequency. You need to respect all life forms. Removing the animals from your food consumption is the bare minimum you can do for yourself and experience a huge frequency shift. I don't like the term veganism or vegetarianism because they are a bit of a religion with lots of political and social stuff going on behind those terms, but that's not what this is about. Not eating meat will have a direct health benefit because meat creates stones in your liver and gallbladder. Each of our organs has its own unique frequency, and stones hinder that frequency. Why do you think they are called organs, like the organ instrument? They emit sound. What happens when you put stones in a trumpet? Doing liver and gallbladder flushes is very beneficial because your frequency will rise by that process alone.
Okay, this is you stone free. When you put stones in your liver, in your organs, and gallbladder, frequency is key. Get the stones out. Stop eating the foods that create the stones, the meat, the animal products. Do liver gallbladder flushes till you get clean and clear. Your frequency will be raised just by that process alone. And then stop eating the foods that are putting the stones and clogging you up.
Frequency is key in this game. The saying, being with someone on the same wavelength, is not accidental. You see, in physics, there is a term called resonance. Resonance is a phenomenon when two frequencies match and amplify one another. How the radio works is based on resonance. Say if you want to listen to a station that emits waves on a frequency that is 105 and your radio is currently set at 50, you won't hear anything at all from that radio station that is 105. Only when you match or get close to the desired frequency you will achieve a resonance and the transmission will become clear. The same is in life. You won't be able to experience all the stuff that goes on the higher frequencies unless you raise your frequency high enough. And we all want to experience our best life. Well, that's only possible on a high enough frequency. Otherwise, you'll be stuck on the checkerboard, experiencing highs and lows that were assigned to your life script. People in high positions of power need to go through a lot of sacrificing to obtain this kind of information. And what they'll do sometimes is they'll put it out there in a form of entertainment. Why? they don't have much of a choice. Truth cannot be kept a secret. Throughout history, it was always available. Before, it was on temple carvings and pyramids, and today, it's mostly in the media, masked as entertainment. One example. This is a show called Once Upon a Time. It's about fairy tales characters living in a small town. An important person in this show is a so-called author. Anything the author writes becomes the reality of these characters. The author is a metaphor for the demiurge. You see, by entering this game, we all willingly struck a deal with the demiurge. I will give more details in the future videos, so all of this can become clear and make sense.
I should have warned you earlier, but I couldn't because of the transcript.
The transcript?
The text of our conversation.
I earned this information by wanting and seeking the truth bad enough. You can do the same, because if you want the truth and you are willing to give up everything you believed in before, you'll get there, and there exists nothing to keep you from finding out the truth for yourself. That's the rule of this matrix. Source truth is one, and it does not contradict itself. You must not believe me or anyone else. You need to know it for yourself, and that knowing is only possible on a high enough frequency. Watching this video means you are a frequency match to it. It doesn't matter if you are eating meat or if you are in any religion or whatever, it means you are seeking the truth. That is creating a frequency on you that resonated with this information. Otherwise, you would have not found this video. This is not about New Age or some philosophy I just came up with. This is about truth and knowing the truth. If you want changes in your life, you need to start changing. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in your script, which is okay to do. However, you won't experience your best life. Seek the truth, raise your frequency, and experience a life of abundance, health, and joy.